Hey, I'm conflicted, and this year has been incredibly slow so far. 2023 had a bunch of massive anticipated albums, and it feels as though barely any of them have dropped so far. And we'll get into it, but before I do that, consider subscribing. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to be able to be that person who's been here since I was at 800, and then you could tell your friends I was there when he was at 800, and now he's at 1 billion, you could be that person. So consider subscribing. I upload twice a week music related content. Let's get into the video. So this is the first year in, I'm pretty sure, almost a decade now that has not had a rap album hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 by this month. Lil Durk may do it soon. Lil Durk just dropped an album. It's been getting some pretty good mainstream success. But other than that, we've had barely any massive albums dropping this year. And this year was supposed to be massive from a lot of people's hearings. People were talking about Frank Ocean coming back. Travis Scott is 100% coming back within the next couple of weeks. We'll get into that. I actually have a new video coming out next week. It's going to be my biggest video in a while. Make sure to tune into that. And there's so much different albums that we're dropping. Baby Keem's supposed to be dropping sometime soon. But all these albums have not been dropping until later in the year. The second half of the year is where I think 2023 is really going to heat up, and I really hope it does because I don't want it to be another dead year. 2022 was pretty good for albums, and I want 2023 to be the same. The Weeknd could be dropping soon, a bunch of all these artists, and we have not had a lot of traction in music in a whole recently, or rap music in a whole. A lot of people have been contributing this to the oversaturation of a lot of the sounds in modern day hip hop. A lot of people were not very happy with Destroy Lonely's album that he dropped. It's very mixed responses. A lot of people are getting very sick of the current sound, almost a mainstream underground sound that's been taken off recently, but it's also been arguably oversaturating the sound, and a lot of people are very unhappy with it and trying to move on to a lot of different things. I've been hearing a lot about that. I've been hearing a lot of people being like, every song sounds the same, every song's this. And Destroy Lonely and Yeet have been arguably the biggest albums of this year so far, and a lot of people are like kind of over it, so they need that new brand spanking new sound. And I feel as though Travis Scott might be the next person to make a massive wave in hip-hop. He's done it before with a lot of his past projects, and there's just so much more interesting music coming out. There's a lot of talks about Cardi's 16x29 being an album that releases sometimes this year. Lil Uzi Vert's The Pink Tape has been getting talked about a bunch. Baby Keem said 2 years ago on Scapegoats that he was going to drop an album this year. So many massive names that even though it's the second half of the year, this could be the most competitive. We could be seeing a lot of people clashing, and that's really good for the marketing of hip-hop because there's more and more traction and people being like, well, did you hear this album? Did you hear this album? What album's better? What album's gonna sell more? There's so much that's about to happen, and I think that this is a lot about to be. Travis Scott's here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Travis Scott's gonna sauce up everybody in terms of the sales. He had such a massive anticipation, and I don't think that hip-hop is completely dead or music is completely dead in 2023. I think that we just need a little bit more to happen. And in my next video, I'm going to tell you all about Travis Scott's next album next week. Stay tuned in, stay locked in, share with a friend, let everybody know. I love you all very much. I'm conflicted, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe like and maybe subscribe. I love you all. I'm conflicted, and I'm out. Peace.